Good afternoon, Alex. It's so nice to see you. It's lovely to have you back at Kingsley.
Good afternoon, it's nice to be back.
When were you last here?
A long time ago, 2018, I think.
And that was the year you left?
Yes, it was, yes.
So you left in the sixth form, but you started years and years before that. So when were you joined us at Grenville, is that right?
I joined at Grenville in year 5, and then I was here all the way up until year 13, and I was the first year 7 in Kingsley.
That was the historic years, wasn't it?
It was the historic years, yes.
We merged Edge Hill and Grenville and became Kingsley, and
Yep.
so you are the first of that sort of.
I was the first of the
group coming
senior
through.
school coming through, yeah.
And what was that like?
Eye-opening. It was nice to come to a building with such new facilities from Grenville, and a lot of new teachers and a lot of new staff. But it was amazing, yeah. It's completely different to Grenville, and I loved it, I think.
Oh, now when you were here, you were obviously a brilliant all-rounder, but sport was your thing.
Yes, sport was my thing. I loved sport and begged all the sports teams to be in every sports team I could be into. I used to come in on weekends and do more things by myself if I had to be better at sport.
What teams were you in?
I was in all the rugby teams going up and the first rugby team. I played hockey, I can do cross country, believe it or not. You wouldn't think that now. Football, we had a very limited football team. And then the handball team when it first turned up.
So you were there at the basically inception of when we started playing handball here.
Yes.
M. Dupree, who set it
Dupree,
up,
yeah.
and Sharif.
Yeah.
So what was that era like?
So my year was the first year to do it at GCSE because of Simon Mathers. He took us all to one side and said, here's a new sport you can learn called handball. And some of us took to it and some of us didn't. I didn't want to play it at all. I thought it was a silly sport and I wanted to play rugby and football, and then it turns out I was actually quite good at it. And yeah, it was really good. It was nice to have a sport that was so new, yet you could progress up the ranks in a manner you could do, and you had to travel so far to go and do it, which I quite liked. And it was so different to any sport I played before, which was nice.
And it's good because you can play mixed teams.
Yes, you have mixed teams up until under 12, under 15s level, and then it goes into individuals, but you still often find that in like beach handball they have mixed teams, so it's it's a good way of getting both genders together.
And as a spectator sport, it's exciting.
It's the fastest team sport in the world, I think. Yeah, it is actually the fastest team sport in the world, and there's no stop. It's the wall, there's a goal and you lob it to halfway and you go again. The fast break is probably the most common way of scoring a goal in handball, so yeah.
So that was the beginning of handball.
Yeah.
You progressed very quickly.
Yeah, so after 2 or 3 weeks, don't know why, Simon Mathers got a French handball coach in, M. Dupuis, and he made what was the Devon team, which was Kingsley. We went to regionals and won it, which was unheard of. Went up to nationals in Wolverhampton after a month of playing together, just us lot, and we got battered by every team known to man because it was full of England players. And there's a rumour that there was England talent spotters there, but never paid attention to it. And on the last game of the day, M, who was the coach, came up to me and said that Bobby White, who is the GB captain and GB talent spotter, wants to come talk to you. And it all progressed from there, really. And then it was a massive whirlwind of going up and down the country, playing for Warrington, having a professional contract for Milton Keynes, going to so many different countries in the sun, in the cold, playing against professional people who get paid a lot of money.
All the way through to the GB team.
All the way through to GB team, GB men's team, which I ended up captaining and becoming the youngest ever captain of the GB men's team at 17, which was unheard of for me. I didn't expect it at all.
And what can you remember of that exciting, amazing experience?
Just seeing so many different places, so many different faces, really. Just seeing so many different ways of life and how people do things, going from the south of France all the way over to Turkey, to Serbia, to landing in Istanbul airport after there was the attack a couple of weeks before. It was, a completely different world, and how, you'd land in different countries like Denmark and you'd be swarmed by paparazzi, and because over there the sport's so huge, whereas over here you sort of come back and it's a bit more quiet. But yeah, I have to conduct yourself as an athlete for GB, dealing with companies to get sponsorships. Yeah, it's a whole different world to what I was used to, and it was one big whirlwind. And I think the main thing was the school helped me my way through it, really, and my bit of education as well.
And how did the school help support you and make you resilient in that new exciting world that you were in?
So the school taught me a lot of things of how to deal with people, and manners was a big thing. and all the teachers, and even the headmaster and all the support staff were massively helpful. I used to come in on the weekends, do extra training. I used to stay after school. One of my sport teachers, my A-level sport, Linda Stella, she was an angel in disguise, helping me get my education done. She used to stay late and get my education so I could go play handball on the weekends. And mainly the school was so understanding, because I had to leave school on a Friday and travel up country or go abroad early out in term time and play handball, and the school represented me and helped me the whole way through and fought my corner whenever I needed them, really.
Well, we were all exceptionally proud of you, and you were the sort of trailblazer, because following from you we had...
You had all Ruby,
Megan,
Alice, who they wanted to play for England, and I helped coach them. And Bideford Blacks, the handball club, which I don't know if it's still about, but that was formed because of them getting through. Lots and lots of stuff happened, and
it's a golden era for handball, and a huge excitement, and also so inspiring for sport here at Kingsley.
Yeah, and in the southwest as well, handball spiked up because of what Kingsley were doing with handball. When Em and I used to go and coach places, and I used to go and talk to other schools when I was playing handball. We used to go to all over Devon, England, Cornwall, because the handball spiked. And I think handball's only got bigger in the southwest because of what Kingsley have done for it, really.
So Mrs. Stella was obviously a very important person.
Yeah.
Any other teachers that you can reflect back on that were important to you?
Senior school days, it was Linda Stella and I can't remember, Hilary Room, was it?
Yes.
Miss Room. Simon Mathers. But junior school, it was Paul Wilson. He was, and I say to this day, he's a teacher that made me who I am today. And you ask any of my family, they always say he's the reason I am because of who I am. But it was a whole different world. Every teacher had a say in it. Everyone from Steve Whaley, who we saw, big family friend of ours, and he got me in check a couple of times. From Matt, I think it's Matt Dawson,
yes,
who was the head of art. He helped me a lot with stuff. It was everyone. All the teachers had a lot of patience with me, which they needed.
And so today you're here for a very special...
I am.
reason.
I was going through some boxes the other day at home, and I stumbled across one of my LGB shirts, and I wanted to donate it to the school as a thank you for everything they have done for me over the years. This shirt in particular was worn against Brazil and Portugal for GB under-21s, and one of the GB men's games. It's still got the tack stains after washing it to prove it. I wanted to donate it as a thank you to everyone at the school, and also a bit of inspiration maybe to athletes coming up that, if you work hard enough for something, it can become attainable no matter where you are in this country or the world, really.
Well, that's exceptionally kind, and we will frame it and we will display it. In a minute, we're going over to the prep school to present the shirt formally, so everyone's really looking forward to that.
Yep.
So, final memories of Kingsley days.
Final memories. The weather being terrible, but being Devon, so it being incredible. The teachers all being so understanding and just patient with me throughout the years, causing a lot of them headaches. And just being a part of the Kingsley way, really. I always say I was a Grenville person, but obviously I'm a Kingsley person because I've come back to the school. And I always say to this day, Kingsley's the best private school in Devon, so it always has been. Still talk to friends from the school. Still try and look up some of the teachers. I say Mr. Whaley and I are big family friends, and say Lucy Goman all the time as well, which is always helpful. But yeah, it's just a brilliant school, and it's just got better and better through the days, and the school has changed from when I was here, and it's nice to see.
And also for you now, sport. You're still actively playing lots of sport. Yeah,
so I played football for Appledore last year, the goalkeeper. Conveniently, because of handball, and I now play cricket for North Devon Cricket Club down at Instow, which is my new love and passion for sport, really. I'm going to try and get back into rugby a little bit with a couple of my friends, but sports just maintained the whole thing for me, really. I'm trying to get back into coaching some handball somewhere, but obviously handball's few and far between this time of year. So, but yeah, handball's sports everywhere, and it's still a big part of my life, really.
Well, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for giving up your time to come and see us.
Thanks for having me.
And we will very much display your shirt with pride. And congratulations on everything that you've done at school and obviously since. So well done.
Thank you for having me.